Hello my friends and welcome to a new episode of Cheap Wisdom. You know that moment when you're about to sleep and you suddenly feel like you're falling off the bed and you're really scared? We all experience that kind of fear, but it's there for 1 second until you realize you're not actually falling off. But imagine being that scared for a longer period of time, probably on a daily basis, without knowing why it happens, when it happens, or how long will it last. Have you ever experienced that? If you did, you're probably familiar with the terms anxiety and panic attacks, of which I'm going to talk about today. So if you're interested in learning about symptoms, causes, and maybe a few tips, stay tuned. Let's start with anxiety and how does it feel in your body. Probably at first you're gonna feel a tight sensation in your stomach. Probably you're gonna feel lightheaded or dizzy, being sick all over the sudden, or you're gonna have a faster breathing rhythm, irregular heartbeat, sweating or hot flushes. You know, all the symptoms you get before a date with your crush. But in your mind, anxiety feels a bit worse. You're gonna start feeling tense, nervous, or unable to relax. You're gonna have a sense of dread or fearing the worst case scenario is gonna happen. You're gonna feel like you cannot stop worrying about it, and you're probably gonna want lots of reassurance from other people, or you're gonna worry about the other people are angry or upset with you. In my mind, anxiety feels like you're in a queue and there's a million people behind you yelling at you to hurry up, but you have no idea what the queue's for. Symptoms like being unable to relax, faster heartbeat, dry mouth, and excessive sweating are the most common when encountering a panic attack, so the body's most natural reaction is to run away. Now, if possible. This is one way your body reacts to danger. Sometimes it might be really difficult to link your symptoms to anxiety or an anxiety disorder because they might be related to a physical illness. So before self-diagnosing yourself on YouTube, go to your GP or doctor and ask for their opinion first. And if feeling like crap is not enough for you, there's more with anxiety. The magic of anxiety will make simple day-to-day things seem daunting and difficult, such as looking after yourself, enjoying or doing your job properly, having healthy relationships, and usually after many fails, your willpower is going to be affected and you're less likely to keep fighting and trying new things. According to mind.org.uk, which is a mental health charity in England, there are 4 causes: been abused or bullied or just grew up in an overprotective environment, and these are all factors that contribute to anxiety. The most impactful events in someone's life are breaking up with someone they love, someone dear dying, and moving houses. Yep, moving houses is a huge stress that we don't seem to take in account, but it's a major cause for depression. Why? Because it shakes up the feeling of stability and safety. And if the moving is due to unfortunate circumstances, well, you got a nice cocktail there. Some people say that anxiety might be inherited genetically, but there's not much evidence for that. Anyway, my opinion is that if you grow up with parents that are anxious, you're probably gonna develop anxiety since we all mimic our parents' behaviors. Now that we know a bit of information about anxiety, there's a question that remains unanswered. Why is our brain doing that? Anxiety itself is a process designed to keep you from harm. It's your brain's way to tell you to fight or flight when something dangerous is near. The problem is not anxiety itself. It's the anxiety disorder that when it comes to identify dangers, it works as precise as a broken compass. During a panic attack, physical symptoms can build up very quickly. And this can include a pounding or racing heartbeat, feeling faint, dizzy or lightheaded, maybe feeling very hot or cold, sweating, feeling sick, as I said before, dry mouth, pain in your chest or abdomen, struggling to breathe, or feeling like you're choking. These are all body symptoms, but in your mind you might be afraid of losing control, going to faint, having a heart attack, or going to die. Or for me, even worse, gonna be sick in public. When I had a panic attack on the plane, I was so angry at me because it was my first flight and I couldn't enjoy it. So I started yelling at myself and hating the situation so hard. I said, "Stop, how can you not enjoy this? You're flying for your first time and you're being trapped in that anxiety. stop it. And before I knew, all that anxiety, all that fear turned into excitement, and suddenly I was so happy and so impressed with the magic of flight, just to later find out that the difference between anxiety or panic attack and excitement is the mindset. The body reactions are the same. Think about that. When you're seeing someone you love, your heart starts pounding, you might have a tight sensation in your stomach, right? Dry mouth, sweating. There you go. Panic attacks can be really frightening, but there are things you can do to help yourself cope. During a panic attack, you should try to focus on your breathing. Try not to remove yourself from the problem, otherwise you're going to demonize it even more and create a vicious circle. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, has a lot of techniques for this, so I invite you to read a few books about that. I'm going to post some links in the description. Some distractions might seem like a good idea, but those are just for short term and they don't solve the problem, they just cover it. Try to look after your physical health. Sleep can give you the energy to cope with difficult feelings and experiences. Eating regularly and keeping your blood sugar stable can make a huge difference to your mood and energy levels. Also, exercise can be really helpful for your mental well-being. Never neglect professional help. Try to go to a psychologist or psychiatrist as soon as possible. And last but not least, try some breathing exercises along with meditation, and it will sure be effective according to science and me. Look, I know this is gonna upset a lot of people, but my opinion is that if you find yourself out of options and you're feeling like you're gonna fall into a bottomless pit, you should give yourself a metaphorical kick and do against every inch of your being that tells you to stay safe. You're not gonna be safe. You're just gonna let anxiety take over and over you. Force yourself. Be your own anxiety boxing coach. Drag yourself by the scruff in the ring. And while you're punching anxieties and fears, tell them that you had enough. You're sick and tired of being their slave, and from now on, you're taking things into your own hands. Or fists. Find your energy to fight your own battles. I did this in the past, and I'm doing it every other day now. It's been more than 2 years since I lost any kind of fight with panic attacks or anxiety, and probably as many of you, I've been on the edge. So I invite you to your own ring, fight your own battles, become a champion there, and then join me and other people into the battlefield against anxiety. Before the video ends, I would like to say, if you liked the video or you thought it was useful, please share it with someone that needs it, or subscribe for more videos every other week. Thank you for watching me, and I'm glad to have your support. Until next time.